This film is sponsored by New York Life and its dedicated agents, proud sponsors of NFL team highlight films. New York Life, the company you keep. The 1992 New York Jets entered training camp with the swagger of a team on the verge of a great season. After their first playoff season in 5 years, the Jets appeared headed back. Five preseason games meant 5 wins, most in the league. The 1992 New York Jets left training camp on the verge of a great season. But on opening day, they began a season that would test their courage in ways they could never have imagined.
And now the true test begins for Browning-Nagel. Fumble, loose ball recovered by the Falcons. Nagel did not.
On the first snap of the season, the Jets' new quarterback showed the unsteady hands of inexperience. But in that season opener, Browning-Nagel showed the steady nerve of a leader capable of someday taking his team to the top.
Work it out, but we're doing fine.
Nagel bounced back with the best opening day performance of any quarterback in the league, throwing for 366 yards, including 109 to number 82, Rob Carpenter.
Nagel back to pass, throws into the end zone, touchdown! Al Toon makes the grab, high in the right corner. A perfect strike thrown by Browning-Nagel.
That was tough though, man. Because you know, when you're wide open, when that guy was on his back, I was like, oh. And then I had a guy slip off me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had a guy, Brad, tried to get him and he went around him, and he slipped off me, and that's when I just came up throwing.
Oh, okay.
And I was afraid that I was going to throw it up in the first row or something.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, no, it's good.
78 shaker. I want you to throw it to Rob. He's killing McIyer. That's why I want 78.
Nagel executed the game plan to perfection as he brought the Jets back from a 17-0 deficit, completing 21 passes to 9 different receivers, including 2 for touchdowns.
Nagel goes back to pass, rush, throws to the left side, completes it to Burkett, spins around one man and another, down to the 35, the 30, the 20, going to the goal line, touchdown Jets, Burkett.
Head coach Bruce Coslett's prize pupil was looking like a quick study.
Yeah, on the last play now, with the blitz coverage. Hey, now look, we don't make it. You're getting wise, aren't you? Much like you did last time.
The Jets had come all the way back to trail by just 20-17. And on the ensuing kickoff, the special teams appeared to be heading in with a go-ahead score. The Falcons' fumble, however, was ruled to be not a fumble at all, but a dead ball. Then, after 2 missed field goals, the Jets' comeback fell short. The bad breaks had arrived, and in week 2 you got the feeling they were with the Jets to stay when defensive end Jeff Lageman, the Jets' defensive captain and leading pass rusher, was lost for the season to a knee injury. Still, the defensive unit proudly held together, never bickering or giving up in the face of adversity. Number 97 Marvin Washington became the line's new leader, with solid support from Scott Mercereau, rookie number 78 Mario Johnson, Paul Fraze, and number 96 Mark Gunn. Co-captain Kyle Clifton, number 59, anchored the linebacking core that featured the team's leading tackler, number 57 Mo Lewis, and Bobby Houston, number 55.
Back to pass after taking a handoff. Is Marino being rushed. It's deflected up in the air. It's going to go for a touchdown. Deflected in the air to Bobby Houston, who runs it in for a touchdown. How about that?
And when the front 7 lost focus, James Hasty and the DBs were there with a clear head.
Make sure that we don't have no heroes out there when we do that. Geronimo, please. Just do the job, man.
Hasty, number 40, and Lonnie Young provided power. Number 43, Mike Brim, provided picks.
Over the middle, has popped up in the air, intercepted by the New York Jets. Along the left side, Mike Brim has it, goes past midfield. He may go all the way. He will go all the way. Touchdown, New York Jets by Mike Brim. Wow.
Brim's 6 interceptions tied him for the team lead with strong safety Brian Washington, number 48. Washington's ball-hawking and hard-hitting earned him a spot on Dr. Z's All-Pro team and Sports Illustrated and the Jets' Most Valuable Player award as he infused his fellow DBs with an unyielding will to win.
Damn right. Brim! Brim! Good job, man. Let's go, man. Way to go. Show these how y'all can play, man. Let's go. Let me stick. Hey, get out of here. All right, let's go. Damn it, defense. 1, 2, 3.
Back to passes, Millen. Sets up, thrown for a loss, a loose ball. Fumble, rolling around. Recovered by, we don't know yet. Still a scramble for it. Jets ball. Jets ball. Jets ball.
You like it?
Yeah.
You guys like it? Did they know we were coming at you?
Yeah.
Did they know?
I think they knew. Yeah.
Let's go 88 cut, not cut X. It's going to go to 41 now. You're going to have to put out the cut on that guy, all right? Real aggressive. 88 cut.
Defensive coordinator Pete Carroll's troops dominated the Patriots with 7 sacks and 2 interceptions.
The middle intercepted by the New York Jets, Brian Washington, and he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
That'll way to put it out. That'll way to put it out, D. Don't give him nothing.
After helping stake the team to a 17-0 lead, the defense could relax and play a little offensive coordinator.
What would you call here, B?
The Jets have the ball on the 19-yard line of the Patriots.
I throw it over there to Rob. Throw it over there to Rob.
One deep back, Freeman McNeil. Back to pass. A lob pass deep down in the left corner. Touchdown, Rob Moore.
There we go. They don't know what hit him, boy. I don't think they know what hit him, bro.
As icing on the cake, kicker Carrie Blanchard arrived to solve the Jets' kicking woes.
It is good. It's good. Hey, man, he's 3 for 3.
And I think it's appropriate. He's done it here on the night they've honored Pat Leahy.
The first win of the season, sweet enough to bring tears to the eyes of Jets old and new.
Let's knock them on their backs, butt them in the mouth, knock their ass in the dirt. That's what we got to do.
Assistant coach Larry Bechtol's offensive line epitomized the season for the Jets, swimming bravely against a relentless tide of injuries and bad breaks. Occasionally, they went under. But even when things looked hopeless, they never gave in or gave up.
The tide will turn, but you can't. Hey, what's been happening, what's happened is over. You just got to stay to what you're doing. Stick with your knit and keep believing. That's what we got to have. You don't have to make every block, but you got to try to. Be upright. Come on, you can. Hey, nobody's worked harder on it than you guys. Hey, cut again. Compete. Hey, Criswell.
Sweeney, White, Cadigan, Criswell, Eatman, Malamala, and Duffy all fought to give Nagel the time he needed to develop his skills. They learned that with a little misdirection and some solid blocks, Nagel could showcase his mobility and arm strength.
They roll out to the right. Nagel does throw deep, way downfield, way down. Touchdown, Rob Moore. Handoff rolling out to the right. Nagel being pursued closely. He throws on the run, and it's caught at the 34. Dropped immediately on the play.
And look at Nagel going at it with Smith. Smith hit Nagel after the play. Nagel didn't like it, so he let Smith know about it. This is wild right now, folks.
Nagel proved to be as hard-headed as he was a hard thrower. And the challenge for Kozlet was not so much to soften the passer's touch, but to rein in the strong will that sometimes just got Nagel out of one problem and into another.
Nagel takes it, drops straight back, looks down, he's being rushed hard, and he's smothered, pulls away, looks downfield, throws into the end zone, intercepted, touchback.
Don't do that, Browning.
It would have been better had he been sacked.
Why did you float that ball?
Because he had him beaten. I tried to lay it up and over the end.
You're not giving him enough time to punch and cut. Okay? You got to drill that one.
Okay.
Okay? We never thrown it in practice like that. Do it like you did it in practice, okay? What we need to do is no turnovers, no risky throws, make sure of the snaps every time, make sure of the handoff. You got to play smart within yourself now. We don't need the big play. You got to rein yourself. I'm going to get mad at you, okay?
That's fine.
But I don't hold any grudges, neither should you.
I don't.
Okay, be careful.
I am.
Okay.
I had it.
It's just it's part of being on the field, okay?
I know that. I understand it.
Okay. Well, you're learning.
Against the Bengals in Week 11, Nagel struggled, but again showed his promise.
Ronnie Nagel takes the snap, drops straight back. Throws angling to the right, and it's caught at the far side for a first down.
Yes. Only matter of time. Okay, FX.
But when the ground game was slow to find its footing, the head coach had to address the problem there and then.
You stay out of here, okay? They're going to get some bad language with me. Offense! Lousy first downs. If we run that, the pulling guard's got to pull with some, and the tackle can't miss. It's your job to make the running game go. You better compete. All right? You understand? Get it done. Set! Touch!
Shafee again, he drives up the middle, breaks out on the clip, cuts to the left side, he's out the open, down to the 40, the 35, the 30-yard line, along the far sideline, and he's bulldog down at the 20-yard line. Big play.
Oh, big play. Should I go 4 downs here or kick a field goal? Okay, what do we got to lose? We're two wins. Okay, now we're going to go, we're going 4 down. We're going to get the in the end zone.
Nagel under the center and calling those signals. Takes the snap back, gives off to Baxter. He goes in inside right tackle for the touchdown.
You ready to run that reverse? Okay, I want to go Z. Terrence, Z reverse.
Signals being called. Pitch out wide to the left side, a double reverse. Mathis has the ball. He has a blocker in front. He's going to go all the way around the right end. Touchdown.
Terrence Mathis added a fancy flourish to a simple attack that ran up a season-high total in rushing and a season low in post-game analysis.
Hold it, go. Good job. Okay, good job. Enjoy it. I'm proud of you. Okay, Pepper.
Once Carrie Blanchard arrived to solidify the kicking game, the Jets' special teams again played up to a level as high as Louis Aguiar's famous hang time specials. Shafee, Turner, Cadrez, Price, Coors, Barber, and Coleman manned the coverage, which was led by number 87, Chris Burkett. Burkett may have become the only special teams captain to ever lead his team in pass receptions, while number 85, Rob Moore, led the Jets in yards receiving.
Nagel keeps it himself, throws into the end zone, and it's caught. A touchdown, a gorgeous grab.
Rob Moore in the end zone, but folks, you got to credit Brad Baxter with a tremendous block. Number 49, Dennis Smith, the safety, came on a blitz. Baxter saw Smith right in his face and hammered him.
Fullback Brad Baxter was the rock of the Jets' offense, keying the passing game with his blocking and providing steady production, while number 32, Blair Thomas, battled injuries all season long. Freeman McNeil, number 24, extended his NFL record with his 12th consecutive season, averaging 4 yards or better per carry, while Baxter, number 30, led the Jets in yards rushing and in total touchdowns. He ran up the first 100-yard game of his career in Week 9 against Miami, but Moore and the receivers stole the show.
Kenny O'Brien takes it, goes back to pass, sets up, throws into the end zone, way down for good. It's caught by Moore. Touchdown. O'Brien back to pass, throws deep down the left side, and it's caught by Mitchell. Mitchell down to the 15-yard line, breaks a tackle, breaks another, goes to the 5-yard line. Touchdown. Johnny Mitchell, the rookie.
Ken Wisenhunt's block sprung Johnny Mitchell for his first career touchdown, the spark that ignited a two-way explosion that brought a winning feeling back to the Meadowlands.
Marino back to pass at the goal line. Rush, he's pulled down. It's a safety. It's a safety.
Marvin Washington with a sack in the end zone.
It was the first time Dan Marino was ever sacked for a safety. But then Jets fans got a look at a more familiar sight for the very last time.
Back to pass. Good protection. Plenty of protection. The secondary is flooded. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Al Toon scores it.
As Al Toon celebrated his 31st career touchdown, no one could have believed it would be his last. For just as the Jets were turning things around, a season that had been tough turned tragic. A severe concussion and possible problems from future blows to the head forced Toon to retire in the prime of his career. Then, in Week 13, a freakish collision turned everyone's thoughts to a man in the prime of his life. Dennis Byrd lay partially paralyzed with a broken vertebra in his neck. His teammates led the prayers for his recovery, but it was Dennis Byrd's courage that led the Jets into their next game. On a frigid Sunday in Buffalo, the Jets discovered that a triumph of the heart often begins in the mind.
It's all psychological, baby. It's in the mind. It's in the mind. That's what it is. It's in the mind. Tell them, Luke, it's in the mind, baby. It's in the mind.
My mind's cold right now.
Let's just play hard. Let's go.
Troubles that had plagued them earlier in the season, on this day, seemed to work out for the best. Starting with tight end Mark Boyer's fingertip catch, everything was sticking to the Jets receivers.
Right, has time, looks downfield, throws on the run into the corner, touchdown 40, no, right at the goal line, right at the goal line. Rob Moore made a leaping grab. I thought he was falling into the end zone. He did fall.
Hey, look at Rob Moore, he's got the pylon on his back.
That's right, the pylon is stuck to his back, right to, they pulled it off of him.
A fashion faux pas was the only mistake the Jets made, executing to perfection as Brad Baxter led the way with 98 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
First and goal to go, 10 yards out. The handoff goes to Baxter, trying to swing wide around his right side. He drives downfield of the 5. It goes into the end zone, and touchdown! Touchdown in the right corner. How do you like those apples?
Let's go. 4 plays and out. 4 and out. 4 and out, baby. 3, whatever. Just get out.
Any way you figured it, the score was tied at 17 in the fourth quarter. The Washingtons led a stand that kept the Jets, 17-point underdogs, in a standoff with the 3-time AFC champion Bills.
They don't want it. We want it. They don't want it. Come on.
Big play for New York. Back to pass, Kelly throws short of Luke. Intercepted. New York ball over the right side, down into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. Washington scores.
Fittingly, it was the team's most valuable player who came through with the most memorable play of the season. Then, almost poetically, it was Bill Pickel and the defensive line who applied the finishing touch.
Again, being rushed hard. Recovered by the Jets. The Jets. The New York Jets are going to win this football game for Dennis Byrd.
Take that to the front.
Hey, Kyle. You can never underestimate God, huh? Never.
That's right for you, Bird. D-Bird, this is for you, baby. This is for you. For you, D-Bird. We got one, baby. Buffalo, baby. All right, D-Bird.
We have Dennis Byrd on the phone in there, and all the players are talking to him. And it goes without saying that he got the game ball. We thought it should be that way, and we thought that was the right thing to do. And we didn't talk a lot about dedicating the game and stuff to Dennis. We just knew what we had to do. And, hey, everybody's been counting us out except ourselves. We come back from tremendous adversity. I mean, we're beat up, battered emotionally and physically, and we come and do this. It's just unbelievable. You just can't, somebody was writing a TV script. They couldn't quite come up with this.
By season's end, the number 90 had become far more meaningful to the Jets than the numbers 4 and 12. And no team with a losing record ever had a happier ending.
like to start off by saying that I'm very glad, very proud to be standing before you here today. Quite frankly, I'm glad to be standing anywhere today. And obviously that was written down. I'd like to thank New York, the people of New York, everybody that sent me letters and cards, from the people that I know and the people that I don't know. I owe Jim Nicholas and all the people that came to my care. In no way, I don't know how to thank them for what they've done. Something that I like to say about the game, I'm devastated and totally crushed that I can never play the game anymore. All I can do is say thank you for something in my teammates that I always knew was there.
Yeah, Dennis! That way, Dennis!
You always know that kind of compassion and that those kind of emotions are there, but whenever a teammate goes down or somebody you love goes down, you let down all the barriers or all the inhibitions that you had about showing how you care for them. That's been very special for me to see that. I'd really like to mention one individual now. This man has gone out of his way and has spared absolutely no expense to see my recovery. And for that, I thank him. But for what I thank him the most for, and what's been the most dear to me, is the way that he's treated me. I've looked up to this man in the last 2.5 months, very much like I would look up to a grandfather. This man is Leon Hess, as many of you could have guessed. And to him, I owe everything, the success of what's happened, of what he's done for me. Mr. Hess, thank you very much. And I can say that I love you. So that's about the end of it. I like to say that 4 years ago, I came to New York a young Christian man. And now I go home a young Christian man in a New York jet. And I'm very proud to say that I'm a New York jet, and I will be forever.
The unconquerable spirit of number 90 will lead the Jets back onto the field in '93. His courage will be the fire in the eyes of every defender and the purpose in the stride of every ball carrier and blocker. Further inspiration will come as the Jets celebrate the 25th anniversary of their Super Bowl team, a group that overcame the greatest odds in the history of the NFL championship game. And the courage to dare extends to the front office as well, where GM Dick Steinberg and President Steve Gutman have pursued every path to field the most talented and experienced team possible under the Jets banner in '93. A year when the Jets will have the means to achieve and the courage to dream.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable of NFL Films. If the story of the 1992 New York Jets proves anything, it's that winning really isn't everything, even in the NFL. However, it is every team's one stated purpose and every front office's reason for existence. The Jets front office certainly understands this, and as the NFL enters a new era of free agency, the time seems ripe for them to bring a winner back to New York.
You look right now at what happened for 1993. The New York Jets were aggressive from January 1st, never mind February 1st. I mean, the Jets had each position coach in January when they were out of the playoffs look at every veteran of at least 3 years in the NFL. And Dick Steinberg and Bruce Kozlitz said, rank every potential free agent, top to bottom. So they were in the film room for a month, made up a list. So therefore, I think the Jets were the most prepared team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this press conference is to introduce our first free agent signing. We're very proud to be able to start it off this way. A future Hall of Famer and the newest Jet, Ronnie Lott.
The first steps of a new era are often small and tentative. But when the Jets signed Ronnie Lott, they took a giant leap towards a championship. Because in Lott, they acquired a champion's heart and a man whose vast array of skills serves a singular vision that sees nothing but victory.
This is a guy who utterly refuses to lose. He does not understand the concept of giving up. He does not understand the concept of defeat. And even when we have lost games, when you go back and look at Ronnie Lott's play, he won. He was not dominated. He was not defeated. He was not fooled. He was not tricked.
As the San Francisco 49ers won 4 Super Bowls in the 80s, they always counted on Lott for the big play. But it is not just his nose for the ball that sets him apart. It's his willingness to stick his nose anywhere for the good of his team.
What it exemplifies is the fact that I'm giving 110%. Some people play with heart, some people don't play with heart. You have to find a way to give a little bit of yourself, whether it's giving yourself up, running into somebody that's much bigger than you, or it's, doing something to sacrifice yourself for the team. I think the way you measure it is respect. I've always said this and I've always believed in this, that when you walk off that football field, does your opponent respect you? That's the bottom line. And I really believe that if you go out there and you can get some respect from your mom, your dad, your friends, and your teammates, 10 years from now, the most important thing that you'll remember is that when you see some of these people that are in your life, they will respect you for what you did on the football field. Bottom line.
Ronnie Lott's winning spirit was the cornerstone of the 49ers dynasty. And that dynasty only began to crumble when a New York Giant defensive end shook its foundation and brought it to the ground. The extraordinary effort of number 70 Leonard Marshall turned the 1990 NFC Championship game around and set the stage for the Giants' dramatic conference title.
We're a minute away from Tampa Bay, baby. A minute away. A minute away, baby.
Ball will be spotted at the 32. Snap, spot. Kick is away. It's got the distance. It is good. Good.
And the Giants are going to Tampa Bay. It's over for the three-peats.
Let me just start off by saying I'm proud to be a New York Jet. I'd like to retire a New York Jet. I'd like to leave here with a championship. I think that's the one thing in mind that we often tend to forget. The best deal in the world is to leave with a championship. The Jets have proven that. They're committed to winning, and they're committed to trying to establish that type of attitude around them.
In earning his 2 Super Bowl rings, Marshall learned that attitude can take a team to the top. And as the Jets' new Eagle tackle, he'll be freer than ever to express his attitude directly to the quarterback. And as he worked with Lawrence Taylor in the past, he may now be teaming up with the league's dominant linebacker of the future.
With the 4th choice in the draft, the New York Jets select Marvin Jones, linebacker, Florida State.
Florida State's Marvin Jones was considered the best defensive player in college football and was clearly the fans' choice. Now he must convince Pete Carroll that the Jets linebacker of tomorrow is ready today. Thanks to some deft draft day maneuvering, the Jets turned the pick that was expected to deliver Jones into Jones and former Pro Bowl running back Johnny Johnson. Johnson will provide the Jets offense with NFL-proven explosiveness out of the backfield.
Chandler turns and he hands to Johnson. Johnson is on the 40, breaks it on the 35. He's on the 30, at the 25. He's going. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He scored! Johnny Johnson.
Through free agency, the Jets added still more muscle to the offense with another young veteran, tight end James Thornton, formerly of the Bears. To strengthen the defensive backfield, they added the versatile Clifford Hicks from Buffalo, as well as cornerback Eric Thomas from the Cincinnati Bengals. While this impressive group gets acclimated to its new surroundings, there is one among them who's really coming home, to a city he knows, and to a time when he could make anything happen on a football field.
Brooks comes in motion now over the near side, and Boomer's going to drop back and throw. Looks into the end zone. Looks now, he's going to run out the right side. Stops, still looking, still looking. Now he's going to run, gets away from one man, throws it, but keeps the ball and plunges down very close to the goal line. It is touchdown.
It didn't work out like we drew it up, Coach, but we'll take it.
When Boomer Esiason was the NFL's highest-rated quarterback, Bruce Coslett had the best view, and the two of them created a winning chemistry.
Listen, let me talk for a minute, guys. I got something, okay? All right, let's go put regular in and go drift left, see swing.
All right, regular in the game. That's all right, regular in the game. We're going to go drift left, see swing.
Bengals with a third down and goal. A lot of noise down there. Eddie Brown comes in motion. Boomer's going to have to throw into the end zone. Touchdown right against the end.
Touchdown, all right.
Way to go, Boomer!
All right, Boom.
In Cincinnati, Coslett and Esiason developed a special feel for each other's special talents. And while Boomer knows he can't turn back the clock, he also knows that the Jets' future can benefit from their past.
I realize that this is a competitive situation. I know that. I know that he has a lot of confidence in Browning. I also know the fact that he has a lot of confidence in me. And that's exactly what I expect to bring to this football team. This is a new era for me. This is a new start for me.
The day that Boomer appeared in New York last March, I was able to go to lunch with him and Bruce Coslett. And at that lunch, Boomer was like a kid at Christmas. He had just opened up his new gift, and his new gift was being on a contending team again with Ronnie Lott and Leonard Marshall and Jeff Lageman, and you just couldn't wipe the smile off his face. I believe Boomer Esiason will be the comeback player of the year in this league.
Let's go! Attack! 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 Set alert! Set alert! Set alert! Set alert!
In his years with Coslett, Boomer's passer rating was a conference-high 94.5. Since then, it's been 75.4.
Now he goes far down the field. There's Eddie Brown. Touchdown!
Their reunification and the Jets' other moves all just seem to make good sense.
A lot of teams were not nearly as bright approaching this as the Jets. They looked at it as just maybe it's something a little bit better than Plan B. I think this is a lot better than Plan B. The aggressive teams, I think, are going to be the most successful teams.
The 1993 New York Jets, taking the future one giant step at a time.
'93 is the 25th anniversary season of the greatest team in Jets history and maybe of the most single significant game in pro football history. The courage the Jets showed in Super Bowl III didn't take the form of classic bravery in the face of injury or adversity. Instead, it took the form of self-confidence and pride, the courage to believe in yourself when nearly everyone else was laughing at you. The story of Super Bowl III shouldn't be lost on the current Jets, who carry its legacy onto the field 25 years later.
The Green Bay Packers set the standard for the National Football League in the first two Super Bowls, defeating their AFL opponents by a combined score of 68-24. In Super Bowl III, the Baltimore Colts embraced the task of upholding that overpowering tradition as they faced the AFL's New York Jets.
We'd never recognized the American Football League, never watched their games. I'd never seen Joe Namath throw a football until the warm-ups prior to that game.
We had an excellent football team.
We laughed at their defense because we just honestly believed we could score 40 or 50 points against them.
We had the best defense in the AFL that year, and we didn't particularly care about the way we were made heavy underdogs.
The whole NFL thing was riding on us, that these upstarts actually were going to play against us, and we were 15-1. We had just played Cleveland in Cleveland, had beaten them 34-0 for the NFL title, and now we were going to finish up as the greatest team in history.
But the Jets' flashy quarterback sent out a challenge at a pregame banquet.
We didn't get enough credit team-wise, I didn't think, and I was just angry with the media. And I remember standing there that night, some guy in the back of the dinner yelled out something about the Colts going to do us in, and I said, hey, wait a minute, you don't know what you're talking about. First of all, we have a fine football team. In fact, we're going to win the game, I guarantee you. Now, I didn't plan that. It might not even been me saying it, It could have been the football god somehow saying it. It just came.
It came unwanted by his coach, Weeb Eubank.
Well, I could have shot him because he upset everything that I had done.
We, of course, used it at that time to try to get our football team even more excited about the game.
I told Coach Eubank, I said, Weeb, look, if they need something to fire them up at this point, they are in trouble.
Namath's prophecy came true early.
You could tell in the first quarter that if we didn't get something going, that we were getting ready to lose a football game. I mean, it was just the way things were turning out. It seemed like it was going to be a comedy of errors.
While the Colts could find nothing to laugh about in their ineffectiveness, Joe Namath was putting a smile on the Jets' faces. He launched an attack that chipped away at Baltimore's vaunted defense with Matt Snell's powerful rushing and George Sauer's acrobatic catches. Suddenly, a game that was expected to be one-sided to the Colts' favor was being systematically dominated by the brash team from the other league.
Namath on a handoff to Matt Snell. Snell at the 5, Snell at the 3, Snell touchdown! Matt Snell in the end zone on a wide sweep to the left as the Jets have drawn first blood.
With a score of 7-0 late in the second quarter, the Colts still had plenty of time to strike back. Quarterback Earl Morrall, who was bewildered by the Jets' defense all day, tried to turn the tables with a trick of his own.
Earl Morrall handed off to Tom Matte. Tom Matte started a sweep to the right and then stopped and lateraled the ball back to Earl Morrall. Jimmy Orr was going down and making it look like a running play and then was supposed to get open in the corner of the end zone. Well, he was open in the corner of the end zone, but when Earl got the lateral back from Tom Matte, he could not find Jimmy Orr in the corner of the end zone. The band was down there and they were ready to come out onto the field at halftime. And the background of the band seemed to be such that Earl just couldn't find Jimmy, who was standing in the end zone waving to him wide open. So Earl instead made the decision to throw the ball down the middle of the field to Jerry Hill, but the Jets came up with their interception, which killed our opportunity to get a touchdown on the board before halftime. It was a big play in the game.
It sent the Colts into the locker room wondering when their big play would occur. But Namath remembered a different play early in the third quarter.
If there was a turning point, I thought Ralph Baker's tackle and fumble recovery in the first series of downs in the second half solidified our confidence as a unit. got the ball right away, and Jim Turner kicked a field goal for us, put us up by 10 points. When we got up 10-0, we felt even more confident at that time than any other time in the game.
And the Colts were quickly losing confidence.
We didn't do the things that were necessary to win a Super Bowl game. We were finally able to generate a drive that scored a touchdown, but that was too little too late.
The Jets made good on Joe Namath's guarantee, and while they rejoiced in their victory, the Baltimore Colts reeled from the shock of unexpected defeat.
Well, that was the worst day in my professional playing career.
It was probably the most miserable time in my life.
This had to be the biggest disappointment because of the magnitude of the loss. Because I didn't want to be the first team to lose to the upstart American Football League.
These upstarts achieved the upset that changed the course of football. Their victory was shared by the entire AFL.
You can't imagine the feeling that I had being a part of the American Football League to see the Jets defeat the Baltimore Colts, because I was sitting in the stands and all around me were people cheering for the National Football League. And I was the lone voice there. And they kept saying how strong that they were. And I sat silent. The first quarter, the second quarter, they were telling me, you know, how Baltimore's going to come back and how we were the inferior league. And then about the fourth quarter, I finally stood up and said, well, how do we look now against the great NFL?
It's something that means a lot to me to see the special faces. These children are very special people. They're absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. What we have here is probably the most courage that you people ever see in your life is in these children. For you? Do you really? Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. If I could leave you with anything, that's just keep the courage and keep the faith that's gotten you as far as you've gotten, and give back to the people that are coming in that are going to experience the same things that you've experienced. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. God bless you.